stars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying Carhartt cards to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Don't me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. I'm a warrior, I go back to back, then go back to back. If I top the top, then a double back, and I'm topping that. Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money fetish. Same team, I don't set trip. Never dull, this electric. Went and put the Ricks on my toes. Me and bro, that's the give and go. Stay 100, end zone. Keep them coming. I know. I won't flood my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that. No. I just wanna give my mama 100 racks. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. Touchdown like the end of my home. Can't get me out of my zone. When it's all hard, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome back. Please share, like, do all that good stuff. I'm Flo. Canteen supposed to be over there, but don't know where he's at right now. Maybe he'll show up in a minute. But welcome to episode 29 of the Bottom Line Sports. And we're going to talk a little bit today. Talk some NFL. We'll talk a little bit of Canelo and Triple G. Let us know who you think is going to win that one. It's tonight, the big fight. Hold on, I think I hear Canteen coming up. Nope, don't see him yet. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Hey, bro.
Welcome back. All right.
The sound had went out. The screen went blank. But
okay, you back now.
Yeah, the screen had went out or something like that, but I'm good now, bro.
Okay. All right. You're back. We're all back. Talk a little sports today with us. Please share, like, do all that good stuff. Comment. Get the chat going here. See if anybody's on here. We appreciate you guys. 616 on the Facebook group.
We almost at 625, man.
625. That's our goal. By Labor Day, we didn't quite make it, but hey, share this and all that good stuff. Give us some help. We're just talking a little bit of sports today. It's time to go hard or go home, baby.
All right. Go.
All right, let's go. Hey, so how you good? You good? You take a little time off, sound like.
Yeah, I'm taking a little leave, man. A few things. Probably hit up Canada. Go out and hang out in Buffalo with the Bills. Yeah, man.
You're going out of the country, huh?
Yeah, man. I need to get away and recharge my batteries, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, everybody needs to get away, Everybody needs to get away sometimes. You see, I got all the Cowboy stuff on. We're ready to roll. Talk a little Cowboys later on today.
I'll paraphernalia tomorrow.
Come with it,
man.
Y'all come with it, Cowboys.
Hey.
I know there's a lot of y'all out there.
You know they
Cowboy heads
coming for your head.
They're coming for me. Let's go.
They're coming for you, bro.
Let's go. Let's go. Come get me. Come get me. All right. So let's go.
I already know.
We had our first game, fantasy football game. I won my first game against Christian Demolition. It was a good game, man. It was hard fought. He would have beat everybody except me.
Yeah,
of course. But yeah, it was a good game. He did really well. I was afraid I was going to lose that game, but yeah. So I think I'm playing you this week, but you ain't nothing, man. You don't even set up your team. You're gonna lose. It'll be an easy win.
If I end up winning,
it'll be an easy win this week.
What if an auto pick team ends up beat? What if that happens?
Your team, man, I'll quit. If your starting team beats me, I'll quit.
Throw in the towel, bro.
And
let it go.
If your starting team beats me, man, forget it.
Nah, I probably won't. But I'm gonna cut the volume down.
Okay.
It looks good, boy.
All right. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. So
man.
Yeah. So Canelo and Triple G are fighting tonight. Alvarez is going to defend the undisputed super middleweight champion. Only fought as a middleweight once. More after 2018, a rematch with Golovkin. Alvarez is 57-2 and 239 KOs, and Golovkin or Triple G is 42 wins, 1-1 and 37 KOs. So they both have a high KO. I don't think they've got any knockouts lately, but he still holds the titles at 160 pounds. Alvarez, who will look to defend his 4-pack of titles this weekend at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Oh man,
pay-per-view. Yeah, Alvarez is fresh off a decision loss for the WA light heavyweight. I think he went a little too high for that one, but against Dimitri Bivol in May, hasn't seemed as if he wanted the trilogy, despite how much money they're going to pay him. So he didn't really want this trilogy, it seemed like, but they went ahead and put it on. I mean, they're paying a lot of money to do this. He did lose in the light heavyweight. I think that's too much weight for him. I'm not surprised he lost. He doesn't have as much power going up that high. But this Triple G, this is the rematch. This is the trilogy. I think they had a draw, and then Canelo won one. So what are you thinking here? I mean, he's 32. How old is Triple G? Triple G's up there too, man, isn't he? How old is Triple G?
I'm about to check now.
Triple G is? Yeah, how old is Triple G? He's getting up there too. He's got to be in his mid-30s. But anyway, so let me see. Can you find it? He's 40. Man. Yeah, so he's 40.
Man.
So yeah, so I mean, these guys. I mean, it's got name recognition. Most people are saying, Canelo's gonna win this fight. You got any thoughts about it?
Let's get into all that. Was it UFC stuff, man? I don't really get too deep in there, man. Take somebody off the top of my head. The boxing.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going with Canelo, man.
You go with him?
Yeah, man.
Go with the young fella?
Yeah. Boxing ain't never been the same, man. You don't have your Mike Boy Jones Jr. You ain't got your Mayweather's. It ain't the same, bro.
You didn't see the Wilder fight with the Gypsy King? That was a good fight.
Been the last one. I bought one of them
that one.
Fights, man, not too long ago, man. I was watching them underclass. I don't really get too. I don't get too waist deep into it like that, man. If anybody wins,
hey, man,
that's what I think.
Hey, Canteen. This is a sports show, man. You gotta at least pretend like you get into it. Come on, help me out.
Hey,
all right, man.
You go with it.
Come on, man. Come on, help me out. Okay.
I mean, who you think?
Anyway, yeah. So I think Triple G is gonna win this. I think Canelo's gonna win this. Triple G is gonna give him a good fight. I think. This is kind of his last hurrah. It's probably one of his last fights. I mean, I know some fighters fight into their late 40s now, but usually once they get in their 40s, man, it's rough on a fighter, even in their mid to late 30s.
Man.
So yeah, it's hard on the body. It's just hard, a lot of stamina, and you just don't have as much stamina as you used to. You don't, you lose a little bit of your power, you lose some of the speed, and so I mean, even though there's probably they could beat the average boxer, but when you're talking about, you're talking about fighting at a high level, it's hard to keep up that speed. It's kind of like a running back, or when they lose their speed, that they're done. When they don't have that quick burst, in the NFL,
right,
you're just done. And I think it's the same thing, as a boxer. If you rely a little bit on your speed, or even if you rely on your power, sometimes you can hold on to your power a little longer, but the speed, even if you got power, you still can't throw it as fast. I mean, you may still have the power, but you lose speed no matter what. I just think Alvarez he's still in his prime, so to speak. He's only 32, so he's on the other side of his career, but he's still kind of at the top, more than Triple G. So I feel like this is gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna go the distance. It'd be nice to see a knockout. I think if we could see Canelo knock out Triple G, or even vice versa. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see a knockout. But I just feel like even if there's not a knockout, I feel like Canelo's gonna outpoint him, and it's just gonna be too fast for him. You start getting your 40s, like I said. Mayweather, he kind of fought into his 40s. He still had a lot of his speed, but at some point you lose it. That's why you haven't seen Mayweather come out and try and fight anybody anymore. He's fought some exhibition type matches, but he hasn't really fought anybody of significance since he fought. I think it was Pacquiao back years ago. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. I mean, let us know what you think. Who you think is going to win this fight? The trilogy, Triple G and Canelo tonight. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch this one. It's gonna be up late. Maybe I'll watch the highlights.
Bro,
man, those fights in Las Vegas, man. they be having all the preliminary fights, and then like 10 or 11, card, man. They be starting
prelims, all that, and I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna waste $4.99. I'm not buying no fight. I'll be sleep when it comes on.
Yeah,
it ain't happening.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this is the one I want to see, but all right. So I might put it on. Well, maybe we'll see what happens. But it's gonna be on late. So all right. So let's talk a little. Yeah, let's talk a little. You got any NBA stuff you want to talk about? Anything?
Bro, man, NBA had some phenomenal stuff last week, man. Donovan Mitchell. The Jazz really took up the board, man.
Right.
Rudy Gobert.
He's going to the Cavs, right? Is that where he went?
From the Jazz, and then Rudy Gobert. Man, I don't. And then Schroeder. But then Schroeder went back. He was going back to LA.
Schroeder's back to. Oh, he's going back to LA. Oh, wow.
LA. Yeah, man. So
we're gonna have So they're kind of stacking that team a little bit. I mean.
Not with Pat.
Didn't pan out, but Pat Beverly, man, he's gonna bring a championship back to LA. He is, man. He's got that dog mentality, man. Pat Beverly's gonna make a difference. Watch, he's gonna make a difference. He's gonna bring toughness to that the Lakers lack. They like that toughness. That guy who's gonna come in there and tell them what's up. So that's what I'm thinking. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Anything else NBA wise?
I mean, that's it, man. I think I know they'll
start playing some
preseason games. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so NBA is going to be kicking off again. So we may have to start hitting the NBA every week with some stuff coming up. I know there's going to be some good games coming up. I know as you approach the holidays, there's a lot of Thanksgiving and Christmas type games that they try and hit marquee matchups in the NBA. So, but anyway, so let's go into the college football. Not a lot of big games, as far as key matchups. A lot of the big teams were playing, powder puff type teams, easy wins kind of thing. But there was BYU and Oregon. That was kind of that's a top 25 team. BYU was number 12. Yeah, Oregon was 25. And BYU got beat up a little bit, 41-20 They lost that game. What are you thinking? You think this proves BYU? I mean, to me, you think this proves BYU wasn't that good? I don't know.
I know for BYU, I know for BYU ranked at number 12, man. They lost to a 25 team.
Right.
So I'm thinking Oregon may drop down in like or so. That's gonna put BYU up in like to the latter 25th, like something like that for BYU.
You don't think they'll drop out all the way? No.
And both teams are 2-1. This is the first loss. BYU's first loss.
Right.
So
what are you thinking? I mean, to be honest, you think they'll drop out?
Nah, I don't think they'll drop out, man.
You think they'll drop out?
I don't think so, man. Okay. They have a pretty decent team. And at the end of the day, like when I go back and look at BYU, I'm about to pull up the schedule now, man. Who they played
BYU
in the past, man. And
didn't they play somebody? They played a good team earlier this year, didn't they? They played Baylor when they beat Baylor.
So Florida beat them 50-21, and they beat Baylor 2 overtimes in Utah, and in Oregon. But then, like when they go into conference play, they got Wyoming, Notre Dame. Ooh,
I mean, they should run the table. I mean, Notre Dame seems like they're overrated this year a little bit.
I think
aren't they losing?
When I look at BYU, when they play, they're gonna beat Stanford. They'll beat Stanford. They'll beat Boise State. I think they can beat Eastern Carolina, Liberty. Notre Dame's gonna give them a little trouble, and I think they can beat Utah State. So I think they'll finish this thing. But this was like a wake up call to them, and then Oregon's hungry, man.
So I mean, to me, this makes you guys.
Oregon won.
This makes you guys look a little better the way you guys beat up on Oregon. This kind of pumps up Georgia a little bit. You know, the way you guys kind of manhandle them a little bit. And BYU, so this kind of makes you guys look better. Legitimate number 1 right now. And right now, of course, Alabama's beating up on some
University of Louisiana Monroe. Yeah,
they're beating them up pretty bad. So, I mean, they were supposed to do that, of course, right? So anyway, let us know what you think. My Texas Tech Red Raiders are playing NC State, number 16. So this is the second ranked team. I went to the last game in Houston. We had a fun time over there. But Texas Tech's playing. It's 0-0 right now in the first quarter. NC State has the ball right now. So I'm going to watch that game as soon as we get off of here. But let us know what you think. Oklahoma beat up on Nebraska. I don't know if there was a whole lot of big teams. You guys kind of beat up on South Carolina. I mean, South Carolina really going to be a good team? Not really. I think your first challenge will be Florida. I think Tennessee might give you a game. And I think Kentucky, they look pretty good this year. They look like they could be legit.
Kentucky look like a contender.
Yeah, and I think
Youngstown State.
I think they're a bad matchup for you guys because they like to throw it around. They like to spread it out, and you guys aren't good at that, I don't think. I mean, if they were more of a running team, maybe I think you guys have a better chance. But I think they're just a bad matchup for you. I think Kentucky is a bad matchup for you guys. So... But I'm not saying you're going to lose, but I'm just saying I think that's going to be a tough matchup for you guys. Not that Kentucky is necessarily a better team; they're just a bad matchup for Georgia, especially everything you lost on defense last year. You lost a lot of talent on defense, even though you still got a good defense. You lost a lot of talent, and I don't know. I for some reason I keep telling you, I've told you a few times, I don't trust your quarterback. I don't trust it. Last year y'all were calling for to get benched. I mean, I don't know what changed this year. I mean, how much better is he really? Okay, go ahead.
Listen, Flo. Georgia has a phenomenal coaching staff. The former head coach at South Carolina is Will Muschamp. So we picked them apart. We brought Mike Bobo back. He coached then Auburn. He was a former quarterback at Georgia. So we got Todd Monken. The offense plays we were making moves. When you look at how we played South Carolina, we picked them up. Stetson Bennett is playing his best football. I think he'll be in contention.
Y'all did give up a touchdown, though. Y'all did give up a touchdown at the end.
Yeah, but the third and fourth string, man.
I'm just saying. Wasn't that a big thing? Y'all trying to keep. Y'all haven't let anybody score a touchdown in a while. It's been a minute since anybody scored a touchdown.
We've had 3 games. There's only been 10 points put up on us. And we put up over 115 points in 3 games in the
What's y'all schedule?
opponents have only put up 10.
Let me look at y'all schedule here. I'm gonna pull it up. Let's see y'all schedule here. You want me to put it on the screen?
I'm telling you, put on the screen.
Let me put it on the screen here. Hang on.
And I'm finna tell you.
Well, let me put it on the screen, man. Chill out.
All right, watch.
Here, so we can see it here. All right, let's see here. So you guys play Georgia. Let's see. What's it better? No, I kind of like. Yeah, I like this one. I like because it's a little bigger. So anyway, so you guys, let's put it up here. Schedule for Georgia Bulldogs.
Blowout.
So
Kentucky, Kent State blowout.
Kent State will be a blowout. I agree with you there.
Missouri blowout.
Missouri should be a blowout. Auburn, we'll see.
Blowout.
They just got beat pretty bad by who? They got beat up by Penn State. Pretty good. So
Penn State killed
Vanderbilt. So you guys won't really see a test until Florida. I think Florida will be a test for you. Tennessee will be a decent test. I don't know which one of those teams.
The only game I'm worried about.
Better game. Kentucky.
Mississippi State.
That's
gonna be a rough game. It's gonna be tough.
Why Mississippi State as opposed to one of the other ranked teams?
Mississippi State gonna be that one, bro. I'm telling you.
They're a bad matchup or what?
They West. I'm not worried about teams on the East. I'm not concerned about anybody on the East.
Even Kentucky?
Trash.
Wow. Okay. I think Kentucky's going to be a bad matchup for you guys. I think Mississippi State could be like a trap game. You know, let's say you get through Florida and Tennessee, and you guys might relax. You know, hey, we beat 2 ranked teams, assuming they're still ranked at that time. And then Mississippi State might be a trap game looking forward to Kentucky, who Kentucky might still be undefeated by that point. And they may still be in the top 10 if they're still undefeated. That would be a big game. So maybe you overlook Mississippi State a little bit. I don't know.
We'll see.
Think so? Okay. We'll see. So anyway, yeah, so let us know what you think. A lot of good games coming up, probably more in the following weeks. Probably next week will be some big games. Let me see what next week brings up as far as the top 25. Probably some key matchups. With some key matchups next. So you got Clemson and Wake Forest. Wake Forest is ranked this year. They have a decent team.
Yeah, they're playing Liberty right now.
So that would be a good test for Clemson next week. And then you got Florida and Tennessee, the 2 teams you're going to play back to back. They're going to play each other. So that'll be a key to see who stays in the top 25 and who moves up in the top 25. So Florida and Tennessee, that'll be a big game coming up. And then we played. If we beat NC State, we might be ranked going into this Texas game. We're going to play the Longhorns next week. So that could be a top 25 matchup if we win. And then they got Arkansas versus A&M. A&M's had the hiccup against, I can't remember who it was. Was it Appalachian State? Who was it? Somebody beat A&M.
And they lost to Appalachian State, and they had college game day at Appalachian State today.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, Appalachian State. Yeah, I can't believe they lost that game. That's embarrassing. To be honest, that's embarrassing. So anyway, so they'll play Arkansas next week. That'll be a big SEC matchup. But those are kind of your big games next week, and then everybody else is probably going to be blowouts. Miami is going to play Middle Tennessee. Yeah, we play the Longhorns.
Arkansas,
so that'll be a big.
And them going to be a good one.
Yeah, Arkansas and A&M. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Baylor and Iowa State could be a good game. Baylor and Iowa State could be a good game too. But yeah, you got a few more better games coming up in the next few weeks. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. College football is really kicking off now. We're gonna see some good games. So let us know what you think. Who's gonna think? Hey, I think we should start like a new segment, Canteen. Every time we come up, you give us your top 10 Canteen's college picks. I don't know, something like that. Either you give us your top 5. Who you think your top 5 is, and then we'll argue and debate whether that's the top 5. I was gonna think about doing my top 5 or 10 NFL. Flo's Fantastic 5 or something like that. Mm-hmm. We'll pick my top 5 or 10 or whatever in the NFL, and you guys can tell me if you agree or disagree who's my top. We'll do something like that. Maybe we'll mix it up, and then you guys we can debate on why you disagree with my picks and why I disagree with your picks. You do the college picks, I'll do the NFL picks. We'll do something like that. Mix it up, have some fun with it. Yeah?
Yep.
All right. So you know what time it is. It's that time of the year. It's NFL time, baby. Speak some NFL football. We got the Cowboys getting ready. We don't got Dak, but we're gonna come out strong. We're gonna come out. Hey, say hi to my cousin, Gloria. Put her up there. Good evening. All right. So yeah. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, do all that good stuff. This is episode 29. We're gonna look at the NFL right now. Gonna look at some games. Gonna look at some topics.
Can you put the comments in the box, bro? Can you put the comments in the box?
On the side?
Yeah,
okay.
Crazy.
All right, so let's go. Let's go. Come on, talk about your team. Let's see what we going on. We appreciate the guy. There's somebody on Twitch keep watching us. I know it's the same guy, man. We appreciate you coming up on Twitch, watching the show. So let's talk briefly about the Thursday night game. Big game on Thursday night. Let's touch on it. Give us kind of your thoughts about what happened on Thursday Night Football. Big game between the Chiefs and the Chargers. The Chiefs pull out a victory, 27-24 in Kansas City. What's your thoughts? Your final thoughts? Or assessment of the game there?
Man,
it was a good game. Go ahead.
I mean, overall, man, it was a beautiful game, man. Herbert hadn't got hurt, got out the game. I think they would have had a little more gas left in the tank. Their defense looked good. I think Kansas City has missed some key pieces, man. I think Tyreek Hill not being there, but then they're missing like some key pieces for them to be more of a dominant team, And so for me, man,
they're missing that home run hitter, maybe.
Yeah, and Rodgers are a contender to win the AFC West, man. Still.
Okay, so they're still contenders.
Yeah.
Okay. So Herbert was 33 for 48, 34 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pat Mahomes was 24 of 35, 235, two touchdowns, no interceptions. And Eckler only got you 39 yards. I feel like they went away from the run. I feel if the Chargers could run the ball a little more, that would help out Herbert a little bit. You could do a little more play action. It would kind of help with the pass rush, things like that. So Edwards-Helaire had 74 yards. McKinnon had 12 yards. So I think Kansas City was a little more balanced. They were a little more patient. They had a little more underneath that they were trying to push. They didn't have those big plays. They didn't have the big play was it Justin Watson? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Justin Watson. I don't even know who. I never heard of the guy. But yeah, they got some people that you never even heard of. But they he hit him right on the money. Stepped up in the pocket, and Mahomes hit him for a touchdown. Watson, and then the big turnover. Was it something like 98 yards return, pick 6 from another Watson. I can't remember the guy's, but his last name. He's a rookie for the Chiefs. That was a huge play. That was probably the turning point of the whole game. That really kind of turned it around and put the Chiefs kind of ahead for good. So is that you talking about Alabama trash?
Yeah, I'm trying to get your son-in-law in the comments. He was missing earlier, but
was it? Oh, okay. We'll see. If he comes on. Yeah. So So that was a big game. Like I said, I kind of agree with you. I think the Chargers are still. I think it's the Chargers, Chiefs, Bills, and maybe you can put the Ravens in there. I think Lamar's going to do well. I think those are your top 4 teams right now in the AFC. And some people might say the Broncos still, but they didn't look too good.
They look good Monday night.
They didn't look Monday night, but we'll see what happens after that. I don't know if the Denver's got to prove something. So what about who do you think has the most to prove this weekend of the teams that lost last week? Who do you think has the most to prove as far as really quarterback, because that's your teams that's kind of who the position everybody looks at a lot, especially the ones that lost last week. You have Trey Lance, who lost last week. Let's look at the people who lost last week. So Trey Lance lost to the Bears. You have Baker Mayfield, who lost a close one to the Browns. You also have Russell Wilson, who lost to the Seahawks, going back home, losing there. And then who else we got? I would put I didn't put Matt Ryan in there. He tied with a bad team in the
Houston.
Texans. With Houston, right? And then also Joe Burrow. They lost to the Steelers. So you got like some top quarterbacks. Trey Lance is not really a top quarterback. He's a lot of expectations for him. Even the Packers, you could put the Packers in there. They lost last week to the Vikings
to Minnesota.
In a bad game.
Vikings, yeah.
Who out of those quarterbacks you think has the most pressure coming into this week to win, to get a win? You got Trey Lance, you got Baker Mayfield, Russell Wilson. I would put Matt Ryan in there, maybe not as much, but I would definitely put in maybe Joe Burrow, and then of course Trey Lance, Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to bounce back. I don't see that he's got that much pressure, but
I think
I'll definitely
for
you, who has the most pressure coming in to win this week? Have to get a win. Has to play well at the very least. Even if you lose, you got to play really well.
I got to go with Baker Mayfield and I got to go with Broncos quarterback.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, Russ Wilson, he showed up last week when they played on Monday night, but he went back home.
Yeah.
All the boos, I think, distracted him in such a way. But I think for Baker Mayfield needs to get a W. And Russell Wilson, they were new teams, different organizations, and these organizations brought them in because key piece of the powerhouse for them to win football games. Right. So I'm going with, like I said, I think Matt Ryan can bounce back. I think that your guy Aaron Rodgers, he can bounce back. But these two guys are the key pieces to the organization in this week.
So you're saying Russell Wilson and Baker Mayfield? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can see that. To me, the most pressure for me, in my opinion, is the 49ers, Trey Lance. He lost to the Bears. He didn't look good at all in that game. I know there was a lot of rain. Conditions were bad. But you have to look at the fact that he's got Jimmy Garoppolo behind him. A guy who has taken them to 2 NFC championships, taken to a Super Bowl. So you got a guy who's capable of taking you. I think this week, Trey Lance has to do well. I think this week, I almost say they need to win that game because he's probably on the team, maybe along with the Broncos, because I don't think the Panthers are a playoff team, but the Broncos and the 49ers are the two teams that all they really needed was a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I think Trey Lance should be in a little more pressure. He's playing the Seahawks. The Seahawks, they did win, but they're really not a great team. The 49ers are 9.5-point favorites at home. And so he should go in there. Yeah, 9.5, that's a lot of points. That's a lot of points for an NFL game. So if Trey Lance goes in there and lays an egg, I say there's calls for Jimmy G next week, maybe. Or at least they start talking about it. Hey, how long are you going to let this kid go, keep losing games? I mean, because you know, in the NFL, you go 0-3. There's very rare you make the playoffs.
In the boot.
Starting out
0-3. In the boot, man.
I mean, people have made it, but I'm saying 0-3. It's rare you make the playoffs. Usually, you're not going to be a playoff team 0-3. That's just a hard. You got an uphill battle. Exactly. So I think Trey Lance, because that team is so ready. I don't think Kerry Kittle is going to play. I think he's still out. So that's gonna help him. As far as being able, George Kittle is out. He's not going to be playing, so that's not going to help him because that's a good safety blanket at the tight end. He's a top tight end, but at the same time, I mean, this is why they took a chance on him, right? They took a chance on Trey Lance. They already had a starter in Jimmy G, so they took a chance on Trey Lance. Hey, let's go with the kid. So now he's got to perform. So I think there's a lot of pressure, even though, like I said last week, the conditions were pretty bad. He's still got a lot of pressure because they have a top tier team. They have a team that you put any other top 10 quarterback on that team, and they're Super Bowl contenders.
Yep.
You put Russell Wilson on that team, they're Super Bowl contenders. You could put Derek Carr on there, and I think they're Super Bowl contenders because they got a solid
They'll be
team.
contenders.
Yeah. So Trey Lance, I think, has the most pressure to come in there and win this game, in my opinion. And I think you could probably put Kyler Murray a little bit on there because they had a terrible game against the Chiefs.
Chiefs beat them pretty bad.
They're going,
beat them
and
down.
then they're going on the road again to the Raiders. So they could
get win that game
again. So I don't know.
Tomorrow they
Think
will.
about the Cardinals started 0-2. That doesn't look good. He just got paid. Remember, he got his contract redone. You know, you got to come in and perform. You get paid that money. You got to come in there and do well. So he might be under some pressure too. I don't think that Burrow's in a lot of pressure because of going 0-2. I hope they go 0-2 because they're playing the Cowboys, right? But I don't think anybody's expecting Cowboys to win. The Cowboys are 7-point underdogs at home against the Bengals, so no one's expecting the Cowboys to win. And we're about to talk about the Cowboys in just a second. But I'm just saying, I think it's either I think it's Trey Lance for me who's under the most pressure this weekend. Oh,
you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's go on. Let us know what you think. Who you think is under the most pressure this weekend? And so speaking of teams, let's talk about the Cowboys. 6 to 8 weeks was the initial for Dak's return. Jerry Jones says the prognosis is good. Everything looked good with the surgery and that he could be back in as little as 4 weeks. Whoa. So I don't know. Dak could return in 4 weeks, but as for now, we're looking at Cooper Rush. So let's look at a quote from Cooper Rush. Bring it up. So let me know what you think as far as the quote, and then we'll talk about this game and see what you think. So essentially, he could be back in the Philly game on October 16th to play, possibly back for the Rams game a week before that. But I hope they don't try and bring him back too early. That's the mistake that a lot of people make. But let's look at a quote from Cooper Rush about this game. Yeah, let's see what we got here. Where are we at? Is it this one? This one. It's this one. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's it right there. All right, so here we go. Here's a quote from Cooper Rush here. He says, "All you do every day is want to earn their respect. Go out there on Sunday. That's the best way to do it. Go play well. They have my respect. I think they respect me. Think we're ready to roll." Cooper Rush. So what are you thinking here? Cooper Rush says he thinks they're ready to roll. Do you give them a chance against the Bengals? What are you thinking?
Man, I mean, he's been practicing with the guys, him, y'all's receivers. They mesh well, but man, you guys still are missing one of your key offensive linemen, right? One of your key,
right? Yeah. But we got the rookie. He's been playing pretty well. Tyler's.
So what I can say, I will give you guys a slight chance, slight possibility to win this game, man. But I think it's games before Cooper Rush gets into a routine and gets to understand the system. I know he understands it, but for him to just get out there and get some repetitions at doing what he's doing, now I wouldn't rush the process for Dak to come back, man. Let Dak take his time, rehabilitate to come back when you really need him.
Right.
But I would say I think you guys may win at least 2 to 3. Like I said, it all depends on how you guys come out tomorrow. If you guys get the ball first and you guys strike and you got some momentum, I'm not gonna count you out.
Yeah.
But the odds are really stacked against you with a game tomorrow.
Yeah, I get it. And remember but the last time he made a start, remember last year he started against the Minnesota Vikings. He had over 300 yards. I think he had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And they won that game on the road in Minnesota. So Cooper Rush is capable of winning a game and having a good game. I don't think he's capable of stringing together multiple games, playing well. But I think he's capable of putting together 2 or 3 good games. I think if let's say another 4 games, let's say he doesn't come back till Philly, I think they should make sure Dak's ready before they try and rush him back out there. So let's just say Philly. I think the key for the Cowboys is to run the ball. That's why I'm wearing the Zeke jersey today. I think that's the key. Whether it be Pollard and Zeke, mainly Zeke, or whatever the case may be, I don't care. I think they need to commit to the run, I think you got to have at least 25 to 30 carries, whether it's combined or one person. I think Zeke should have about 20, and then Pollard should have another 10 or 12 if they want to be successful against the Bengals. And the reason I think they have a chance is because the Bengals still have offensive line issues.
Correct.
And they were sacked 2 or 3 times against Pittsburgh. I mean, they sacked them, I think, 3 times. They had like 5 turnovers. So the Bengals, they looked a little shaky. And especially on the offensive line. And with Micah Parsons out there, I think DeMarcus Lawrence is going to have a good game. I think we have a decent line and we have a decent defense that's getting better. And I think that if we can keep it close and don't let it get out of hand, and then we can run the ball and commit to the run. That's the problem with it. I think Kellen Moore, for some reason, doesn't want to commit to the run. I don't understand it.
To the run?
It doesn't make sense.
No sense.
I mean,
perfect world.
Zeke had 5.5 yards per carry the last game. He only had 10 carries. Put the football in the belly of the running back and let him do some work.
Now, let me give you my honest opinion, man. Let me give you my honest
go ahead.
If I'm looking at the Cowboys, if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm looking at this right here.
Okay.
I got the Bengals, I got Giants, Commanders, Rams, Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a Cowboys, you got a Monday night game at MetLife, and you got a Sunday night game. Think of Financial. Your next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 3 division games. 3.
Right. Yeah.
I went on the road against the Eagles, Commanders, and I'm trying to beat the Giants.
And the Giants.
I don't give a damn about tomorrow's game, and I don't give a damn about the Rams.
Right.
If you guys can beat and win all them division games and be in the driver's seat, you got a chance.
Right. I agree. That's a good assessment. I think the Giants look a little better this year, and the Commanders look halfway decent. I think the Eagles are going to be the toughest test in the East for us. But I think if we can get this game against Cincinnati, I think it'll be a good confidence booster for going into the Giants game. And if we can reel off maybe a couple wins early on and get 2-1, even if we lose to the Commanders, we'll be 2-2. Go to the Rams. No one's expecting us to win that game. 2-3, maybe beat Philadelphia, be 3-3, and then or if Dak may be coming back around Philadelphia, maybe Detroit, he'll be back. If we can be 2-3 or 3-3, by the time Dak gets back, I think we're sitting pretty as far as still making a run here. Just as long as it's just, I don't know why Kellen Moore does not want to commit to the run. I know that Mark McCarthy criticized him. He says we got to do better in our play calling. And people were criticizing McCarthy for criticizing him. But, I mean, he needs to let him know, hey, we got to do better. We got to do better in our play calling. We got to mix it up. We got to get better plays out there. We got to go with the hot hand. If the run is working, just stick to the run. It doesn't matter, right? If the run's working, just keep running the ball. That's what I say. That's just me. Yeah.
Once you commit to the run, just commit to it, man.
Exactly.
That's what I would do.
Exactly. So what? Let's give me your prediction to this game. What do you think is going to happen here with the Bengals and the Cowboys? As long as we're talking right now.
All right. Right now, let me look at the spread. The spread right now is 7.
7 point at home. So that's a big spread, really.
Big spread. 7,
usually the home team gets 3 points at home.
As I told you earlier, man, I think if I win a toss and I'm Mike McCarthy, I'm taking the ball first. I'm gonna shove it down their throats first. Pretty much for first, and have a good offensive scheme. I think your defense can hold up against them, but if it's the run game, feed the running backs the rock. Put the ball in the air when it needs to be put in the air. When you guys played last week against,
yeah. Man,
y'all ain't scored not one touch. I don't know what the hell. One field goal. You got to be able to have a good offensive scheme, man. And I think that if you guys, this will be your game that if you win this game, win the next 3 or 4 games, because you'll have something to build and cap on.
Right.
Because you won't play until you come play the Giants on Monday night.
Right. No, I mean, and as far as
I think
as far as the quarterbacks, we could even put Cooper Rush in there. Quarterbacks who are under the most pressure. Cooper Rush could have been on that list because he's under a lot of pressure to win this game. Yeah, go ahead.
if y'all win tomorrow, man, I got a lot of faith. But if y'all lose, if you lose and you lose close, I'm okay with losing close.
Right.
Blown out. Y'all got some serious problems that y'all got to look at. And then
that won't be good.
You got to go back to the drawing. The Giants beat Carolina tomorrow. And the Giants got 2 home games back to back.
Right.
They got you guys next Monday night. So
right.
It all depends on your offensive scheme, man. But I got
right.
Yeah. For real, bro.
Okay. So I mean, what's your prediction on the game though? You got to give me a prediction.
36. 24. 36-24.
Who's got 36?
I'm gonna go Dallas, boy, man.
36?
I'm gonna go with y'all, man.
36? No, I don't know if we can go 36. We barely scored a touchdown last time. We didn't even score a touchdown. We'll see. I think 36 is a little high.
Let's go. 24-10 Cowboys.
24-10. Oh, that's still a big deficit, but 24-10. Yeah. Okay. Wow. I think it's going to be closer than that. I think we can win this game. It's going to be close. If we win this game, it'll be by a field goal. Yeah, I think our defense can hold them pretty good. I mean, we held Tom Brady. He was in the red zone like 3 or 4 times. He only scored 19 points. They had to kick like 4 field goals. They only had 1 touchdown. So I think we can hold the Bengals as far as the offensively. So I just think it depends on our offense and how much we're going to have to really do ball control and run the ball more. So I don't think it's going to be as high scoring, but I think we can hold them to, let's say maybe 3 field goals, 9. Maybe they get a touchdown in there. So that's 16. So I'm going to say it's something like, we win something like 19-16. 19-16 Cowboys. We win a close game. A lot of field goals in this game. You know, we're going to struggle to move the ball, but I think we're going to win by a field goal. 19-16.
Y'all playing at home?
This game out because we have to have this game. I don't think we can go down 0-2. I think we need this game. So I hopefully they're going to run the ball and do that and do a little more. We'll see what happens. All right. So there's reports about Tom Brady and Giselle living separately. Rumors about marriage troubles. Tom never discussed his unretirement with Giselle. They're living in separate houses. Let's talk a little Buck Saints. You think, is this really happening? Is this some marriage trouble? Is this going to affect Brady through the season? What's going on?
So I didn't hear like a little whiff. I heard like whiff of what happened or what's going on. I think in all honesty, they're both breadwinners. They're both breadwinners. She makes just as much as I think he makes more.
He makes more than he does.
She makes more than he does. So if I were him, I would have had a conversation with us. What's going to be the best next step ahead?
Right.
But she's always been supportive of him and been with him 100%. I don't think it'll affect Brady.
Okay.
Because he's an expert at what he does. It's like going to the range and find a weapon. I mean, Brady can go out there, expert. So he's just that good at what he does. But I know it's going to affect his family and other different things.
Yeah, if they're having marriages, don't you think that'll affect his play a little bit? Don't be in his head a little bit?
Yeah, I truly think that. And then, like I said, for tomorrow.
And the Saints have had his number. He's lost 4 to the Saints. He hasn't beat them in a Bucs uniform yet.
Yeah.
So what do you think here as far as tomorrow? They're 2.5 point. I mean, the Bucs are favorites on the road. In New Orleans, they're the favorites by 2.5 points. I mean, it still would be a close game, but I'm surprised he's a favorite on the road against a team he's never beaten in a uniform as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
I don't want to say this.
What are you thinking here?
I think he's gonna break the mold tomorrow, man.
Oh,
I think when I look at Tampa, to me, Tampa's a better fit put together team.
Okay.
You got Brady, you got Fournette. You got Mike Evans. You got Cameron Brate. You got who? You got Austin Ford. And he maximized has all the weapons last week. The defense is pretty good too. Struggle with being in an environment playing down in the Superdome. It's hard playing in the Superdome.
Okay. But they've had his number.
With all that. Yeah.
Okay. So you think the Bucks are going to win? You want to give me a score?
Mm, 27-19 Bucks.
27-19 Bucks. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. It seems like the Bucks just have his number. They know how to get to him. Tom Brady does not like pressure. They lost a couple of offensive linemen over the last few weeks. Last week, I think they lost another lineman in the Cowboy game. I don't know if he's coming back. I think that there has some issues protecting Brady right now, and the Saints have had the best luck as far as, or the most success pressuring Brady, and that's why they've had the most success beating him. I think as long as they don't put too much on Jameis and try and get him to do too much, just let him throw it around a little bit, maybe 32 times, run the ball a little bit, spread it around, do a little more, maybe jailbreak screens and things like that, maybe wide receiver screens and things like that. And don't put too much on Jameis Winston. And they allow him to just kind of manage the game and don't put a whole lot on him. And I think they put pressure on Tom Brady. I say they win again and they go 0-5. I think the Saints pull this game out. I'm going to say it's going to be fairly low scoring. I'm going to say it's going to be something like 23-20. 23-20. Saints pull the game out and beat Brady once more. And I think I think that marriage thing is serious, and I think that messes with your head. And as soon as he starts getting pressure on him, he's already got pressure at home, and he's getting pressure on the field. I think that's going to hurt him, man. All right. So let's talk about some games. We're gonna talk about something else, but we'll see that subject for next time. Canteen, we'll put that as far as the droughts, we'll say that for next week. Let's get another couple key games that coming up this week, and then we'll move on and wrap it up. So we'll hit your team in a minute. What other team, or do you want me just to bring up a couple of key matchups for this week?
You can do some key ones. That doesn't matter.
Okay. So I think a key matchup this week, I think, and I think your game is a key matchup because with the Rams, but I think a key matchup this week is going to be the Cardinals and the Raiders. Both of them lost. Both of these teams are considered to be, the Raiders and the Cardinals considered to be playoff type teams, and they both lost. And of course, the Raiders lost to the Chargers, and the Cardinals lost to the Chiefs pretty badly. So the Cardinals are on the road at Las Vegas. I think this is a key matchup. The Raiders are 5.5-point favorites at home. What are you thinking here on this game?
Man, I'm going with the Raiders at the crib, bro.
Okay, you like the favorites?
I think the Raiders will be a little bit too much.
Okay,
too much for.
You usually like the underdog. Not today.
Not after I saw Arizona play last week. Arizona, man, they look. They haven't practiced, had any. Cliff Kingsbury, they take those guys back. Look at me. I think the Raiders are a better put together team than the Cardinals.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna go. My prediction on that game, I'm gonna go 17-20. 17-20. I'm gonna go with the Raiders at home. Raiders will get a victory at home.
17-20. So a close game at least, huh?
Yeah, I think it'll be close across the board.
The Raiders pull it out. Okay, yeah, I got what you're saying. I think they did look bad. I think the fact that the Cardinals are missing J.J. Watt on the line is not going to help them. I think the fact that they're still out, DeAndre Hopkins has been suspended. They have Rondell Moore is still injured. You don't have a lot on the receiving end, so he's going to put a lot on Kyler Murray to make things happen. They may have to run the ball a little more with James Conner. I think, man, I want to go with the Cardinals, but I feel like they just got too much going on. I think Derek Carr, he had 3 interceptions the last game. I don't think right now the Cardinals defense in the back end is okay, but I don't know how much pressure they're going to be able to get without J.J. Watt. And I just feel like it is going to be a close game, like you said. I like your score. I'm going to say something like that, 20-17. Is that what you had?
That's what I'm rolling with, bro.
I think 2017 sounds like a good score. I think Derek Carr wants to bounce back after that 3-interception game. I think Kyler Murray is going to have a lot put on him. He's on the road this time. I think, he doesn't have all his personnel, as far as his weapons. So he's going to be limited. So unless they can run the ball well, or he can really, unless they have a good week of practice with all those receivers that he's got, and maybe Ertz has a good game as he didn't really have much. He had like 14 yards the last game. So he didn't really do much as far as his tight end. Ertz is a good tight end. So I like your score. I'm going to go 2017. I like your score on that one. I think that'll be a close game. I think the Cardinals are still struggling. Hopefully they pull it out, but I'm going to go with the Raiders too. All right, so let's go with one more good game, and then we'll touch on your game. Let's go Vikings versus the Eagles. Both those teams won. The Vikings beat the Green Bay Packers pretty well. I mean, really dominated that game. They're going on the road against the Eagles. The Eagles won a close game. They put out a lot of offense, but they gave off a lot on defense. They had a close game against the Detroit Lions, who are up and coming supposedly. We'll see what happens, but they had a close game and barely beat the Lions. So what are you thinking here? Vikings and the Lions both won last week. The Eagles are 2-point favorites at home. What are you thinking on this game?
Man, I think he is a great addition for your sake, because I know you want, man, I'm gonna go.
Hey, just pick what you want to pick, man. Pick what you want to pick.
Dalvin Cook, and I like Jefferson, man. Philly got some weapons too, man. Brown. Yeah. I'm going with the Vikings on the road by
Vikings on the road
6.
Okay, Vikings on the road by 6. Okay. When I look at this game, I think the Vikings are going to be a playoff team. I think Kirk Cousins, he had a pretty good game last game.
Last week, his numbers.
Yeah, he had a pretty game, and he beat Aaron Rodgers. I think that's big for him. The only thing that gets me is that the Eagles, they rushed for 216 yards last game, so they have a great rushing attack with Jalen Hurts, and then they got Sanders and Scott and
AJ Brown.
Gainwell. Yeah. Hurts had 90 yards last game, so I think they know who they are. They know they're a running team they're very, very balanced, and even heavier run team. I think they know who they are. They're not trying to be something they're not. They're not going to put a lot on Jalen Hurts as far as passing the ball. They're going to get him plays that he's comfortable with, I think. And then the other thing that gets me is that if you look at the history of Kirk Cousins, he's always in prime time. He's never done well. Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, when he's the only game in town, Kirk Cousins does not do well. That's the only thing that gets me. So I'm going to say that the Eagles, even though I want them to lose, I'm going to say the Eagles pull this game out. I'm going to say it's something like, and I was going to say they win fairly comfortable. It'll be close until the second half. I think the Eagles end up winning this game something like, I'm going to go, 17, 20. Let me go 27-17. 27-17. I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I think they're going to play well. Their defense has played pretty well. I think they got a decent defense, and I think they're going to control the ball enough to keep it away from the Vikings, and they're going to win this game. So that's what I got right now. All right. So let's go to your game. We already talked about the Cowboys today. Falcons versus the Rams. Both these teams lost. The Rams are overwhelming favorites at home. Minus 10-point favorites at home.
10 favorite at home.
Yeah, against the Falcons. What are you thinking here as far as here? I mean, this could be a tough game for you guys to win. The Rams are coming off a tough loss. losing that game opener kind of embarrassingly against the Bills. You guys came off kind of an embarrassing win, even though you actually played pretty well against the Saints. You were winning for late in the game, and then you kind of gave up the game. So what are you thinking here? Both tough losses for both these teams in the week one, but you guys are overwhelming underdogs in this game. What are you thinking for your team,
bro? Oh man, when I look at, let me give you my number synopsis first, man.
Okay.
So you got one quarterback went 21 yards. You had another quarterback 29 for 41, 240 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
Right.
Our running back 22 carries, 120 yards, 1 touchdown. Receiver's much better than us, man. And the defense, man. Aaron Donald and company, Jalen Ramsey.
Right.
Man, I want the Falcons to win. Honest broker, man. If I were gambling or put money on this game,
on it. You couldn't put your money on your team.
Nah, I'm going with the Rams, bro.
Okay, what's your score? I know you'll be rooting for the Falcons.
I'm gonna go Rams. That's so far.
What is it?
28-14. Rams. They hungry.
28-14. Oh, they cover. Oh, wow.
They cover the spread. Yeah.
28-14. Okay. I see what you're saying. I think that you guys played. I looked back at your guys' game against the Saints. You guys played pretty well. I think it just at the end it got away from you. Made some bad mistakes at the end of the game. Mariota had 72 yards on the ground, which is kind of amazing. I mean, you guys kind of remind me of the Eagles as far as your offense, because Mariota can still, if anything else, he can still get up and move a little bit. He's still got his legs under him. He's not a great passer, so he's kind of reminds me of Jalen Hurts a little bit. As long as they don't put too much on him as far as throwing the ball, and they control, and do a lot more running, I think they're going to have a tougher time. I think the Rams might have a tougher time than you think against the Falcons. I think the Rams. I think they're still struggling. I mean, they should have signed what's his name? Well, he can't really play right now anyway. But OBJ, he's still not healthy. But they never re-signed him. No one's re-signed him, I don't think. But I don't know. It's. I just think. I don't know. The Rams really struggled, and I think they're going to want to come out and play good. Stafford,
they're going to play good, man.
3 interceptions.
They're going to play good, bro.
3 interceptions. I don't know. I just feel like they're still struggling. I feel like that arm thing is really a real thing with Stafford. He didn't have a lot of zip on his ball. Remember, he when he was throwing the balls, he didn't have a lot of zip on it, and I just think that he's really struggling somehow with his arm. It's still affecting him. I don't know how much they're going to put on him. They may try and run it a little more to protect him. I think you guys are going to keep this game close. I think you're going to be at the end. You're going to be like screaming and trying to hope they win this game. I think this is going to be a close game. I'm going to say that you guys make this a close game. I'm going to say the Rams pull it out still, but you guys make it interesting. I'm going to say 26-23. You guys will lose by a field goal. You got to make it close. Another heartbreaker for the Falcons. But you guys make it close, and I wouldn't be surprised if you guys pull this game out. I wouldn't be surprised. But I think you guys might lose by a field goal. I think the Rams really need to win this game more than you guys, just because there's a lot of pressure on him to win. I don't trust Stafford's arm. I think he's more injured than people are saying. That's my thing.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. What are you thinking?
I'm kind of nervous.
Oh, I know, man. I hope you guys win. I'm going to be pulling for you. I want y'all to win. I think you guys deserve it. Y'all should have won last week. I think you guys should have won that last week. So we'll see what happens.
So what you want to do a closeout tomorrow? We can do a closeout pre-game.
We'll do a closeout tomorrow. Maybe you'll be celebrating tomorrow for the Falcons. I'll be celebrating with the Cowboys. We have a good show. Hopefully tomorrow. What do you want to do? Something like 6:30 your time?
Oh, let's do
7 your time?
7 my time.
7:30?
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Let's do
7:30. 7:30.
7:30. That'll be right at game kickoff, though. Your time. Oh, no, because your kickoff's at 8 your time, right? So 7:30. Yeah, 7:30 your time. We'll do a wrap-up show next. All right, we'll do a wrap-up show tomorrow. Wrapping up the NFL. It'll be strictly NFL next tomorrow, and then we'll do a little pre-game for Sunday Night Football. Who's playing Sunday night?
Chicago Bears and Green Bay.
Chicago and Green Bay. Yeah, Green Bay need.
I'll take the Bears tomorrow night.
And then we can do our prediction for Monday Night Football as well. There's a couple of games on Monday Night Football. We'll do our predictions for those. Did we do a prediction for Monday? Bills and Titans.
Not yet.
We did the Vikings and the Eagles, so we'll do the other game. We already predicted our Vikings-Eagles game. I forgot that was Monday Night Football. So, all right, brother. That's good, man.
All right, the rest of this college, y'all down by 6, bro.
What's that?
Y'all down by y'all playing a pretty
6?
Pretty good game with NC State.
I think we'll come back with them, man. I think we'll come back.
Yeah, I think
we're playing up tight. Yeah. All right, man. We'll see you next time.
All right, bro.
Hey.
See you tomorrow.
We appreciate you. Good show. We'll see you next time. Hey, I'll send you some stuff. What's it to buy over there on that? On your head?
Yeah. So we're gonna get this thing cracking, baby.
All right, man. Good luck. Hopefully you win tomorrow. Hopefully we both win.
All right, bro. Later.
Let's go.
Yeah.